A wop bop a loop bop a lop bop boop.
Don't want to
God
get
damn.
copyright striked. That's all I got.
That's okay.
That's all I got.
We were singing that off screen. We're running a little behind because a great error happened. We failed to load Blob.
No one's gonna know what that means.
Luckily, everyone should know this is the greatest travesty of our time. We failed to load Blob.
Not the blob.
Not the Blob. I was
The blob.
I was saying off, Mike. I was doing a little going live notification on Blue Sky, and it wouldn't let me post because it said error, failed to load Blob. No, not even capitalized, just lowercase blob. So
Just a blob.
I have no idea what that means. It reminds me of an error that I'll sometimes get on Illustrator, which is the only AI I use, motherfucker. Adobe Illustrator. I'm supporting Adobe though, so take the lesser of two evils. Sometimes it says.
I mean, they're using AI at Adobe though, so you're not really. It's not helping.
I know. Well, I'm not using AI to create my stuff in Illustrator, but sometimes it'll say, I have no idea what this means. I've looked it up and it makes slightly more sense, but just on its face, the error message sometimes says, clipping will be lost on round trip to Tiny. And I'm like, I know what those words are separately, but what does that mean when they're all together? Clipping will be lost.
By all accounts, it doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up. Oh, are we going?
It doesn't add up.
We're going right back into Patrick Orbit.
I
Haven't
literally
the people had
didn't
enough?
do that. It was so hard to not do that after I got back, and I'm like, Courtney's gonna be so mad if I continue this. Oh yeah, Peter. Oh my gosh.
Well, speaking of getting back, last time you saw this handsome fellow, you probably saw him sitting on this handsome couch, and what a time that was. It was like 7.
That was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you had fun. I want to debrief about it a little bit, but I want to start off by saying, well, let me finish my first thought. I went back and so we split the day up into 2 streams, if you don't know, and it was like 7.5 hours between the 2 streams. So between that,
long day.
I think you were here for like probably 10 hours because you got here and we were catching up for a little bit in person, and then we took a break to eat some food, and then after we got off stream we got to talking, and then so you were probably
and
here.
we did the most important thing that day. You watched 3 more episodes of Bluey.
That's true. That is the most engaging thing that happened that day and most intense. I honestly, it was I think a needed palate cleanser because we were just like up here with like all these like ridiculous like over the top fighting games, and then it was like, okay, let's get some food, let's watch some Bluey, let's calm down. It's like you went from like hype to like, oh, cute Australian dogs.
With heartfelt messages and really good music.
Yeah, really good music. I knew that from what I was watching before, but like, God, that space one that we watched, I was like, can I just listen to this without any other sound? Like, the music is incredible. And the episode was incredible too, but the music in that episode, oh my God.
Well, I because you had when we were trading off between Arcane and Bluey, you had a couple episodes, but you didn't get to like the big heavy hitters. The first one we watched during our break on Saturday, camping. That's like the first like really big heavy hitter in the series, because that ending just comes such a surprise.
I know the time skip, the Bluey ship it in. I think I said when we watched it, I was like, oh shit, okay, we're going here.
And the fact that like their tree grows up with them, and then she's reading under it as like a teenager, and then Jean-Luc comes back, and you're like, and all you see is her tail wag again. I'm like, it's really cute.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one. I had a couple in that first batch that made me cry. I can't remember. It's been a while now, but there was a couple that I was like, oh, okay, well, we're crying today. That's what we're doing.
But yes, so we streamed most of the Saturday afternoon,
Yeah.
and it was Andrew had curated a wonderful palette of fighting games for myself and his wonderful girlfriend Police, his wonderful partner Polisa. Partner Polisa is a very alliterative.
Yeah.
Um,
And we love
uh,
alliteration around here. Hey, alliteration,
we,
where are you?
yeah, right.
If you alliterate 3 times, she'll show up. It's like Beetlejuice.
And we went through how many different fighting games? It was like at least 10.
It was well, we ended up skipping 2 for time, so it was 11 altogether. I had 13.
That's still crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's still a lot. I probably should have been a little more cognizant of time in the earlier ones. We definitely spent more time, which sucks because like I think I like the 3D fighters a little bit more. So there were some that I wish we had played more, like Techromancer and Power Stone, but got to get the basics down and the yeah. There's a whole reason why we went 2D and then to 3D. You're adding a third dimension and then into the arena stuff where you're just all over the place. Yeah, I thanks for saying it was that you had fun and you enjoyed the presentation of it. I want to commend you, sir, for stepping outside your comfort zone. I know that was a lot. I don't know what I would do to mentally have to prepare myself to play 7.5 hours of like a genre that I'm not really into. But you did great.
I would say fighting games, it's not that I'm not into them, it's just that I wasn't good at them. Versus like I don't think like you with RTSs is comparable. It's like
yeah,
you with RTSs is like kind of me with Dark Souls, right? I'm not no Dark Souls rant, Jimmy. I don't know if you're in chat or not.
Here we go.
It's not coming. But
buckle up.
I don't know what your equivalent to fighting games for me would be.
Do it. There he is.
I don't know what your equivalent to fighting, because it's a genre where it's like you feel like you could get into if you were better at it. That's fighting games for me.
That's true. Yeah, it's not like you were just never interested or that like you thought they were boring, which I hate to say. Like I do find RTS is boring. I just
no, and that there's a fun like. That's why I think the Dark Souls for me, for RTS for you, is a good comparison, because the fundamental design choices of those games / genre just are incompatible with you.
Yeah.
Right? Just totally valid, right? It's just not your cup of tea. There's some nuances here and there. I've been still figuring out my issues with Dark Souls as I go on. But with fighting games, it's not that the mechanics bothered me. It's just that I was just flat out bad at them. I also really want to give huge props to Polisa, and because I didn't know how to say this without making it sound patronizing. So I don't mean this in a patronizing way, but you were keeping track of, the scores of like how we did it when we picked our like best character. And I know I won most of them, and I was just incredibly like, and I mean this, it sounds so fucking patronizing. I was just incredibly impressed with how just nothing phased her. Like it doesn't matter how much she won or lost. She just was there for a good time.
Yeah.
And sometimes you could see it when I was on some of the games where I was bad at, specifically the Sonic one. I would say was probably the worst. I was the most cranky at. Even though I did win that one, I think. I ended up winning that one in the end. But like, I don't know if I'd be able to if I had lost a whole bunch. I don't know how I would have handled it.
Right. Yeah.
And I do think that definitely helped. But I wanted to give Polisa immense props, not because she's a good sport or anything like that or anything. It genuinely her attitude about it was just so much better than my own, and I kind of, it gives me something to strive for when I'm playing games that maybe I'm not the best at, but just to enjoy the vibes, man, just have fun along the way.
Yeah, you mean Guilty Gear strive for? That was the subtitle of the Guilty Gear game we played. It was Guilty Gear Strive.
Oh, okay.
Well, thanks. Thanks on her behalf. I'll tell her. I'm sure she's. And we were talking about it, after you left. Like she was like, "That was so much fun." Like she is a nerd and a gamer, obviously, but like as we were talking, when we were doing it, she's like, the most of the games that I play are either turn-based RPGs where you don't have to like think on your feet and do inputs quickly. Like she was really struggling with doing inputs quickly. And you were like, yeah, I mean, I can do that, but I don't know why, or, you know, I'm just trying to figuring things out. Cause I've been playing video games for like my whole life. So like, don't, you know, you're very comforting to her when she was like, I feel like I just cannot push the buttons fast enough to get the moves to come out. But she was like, I had a blast either way. She's like, this is so much fun. Yeah, I'm really glad that you guys both played at the same time, because you were like learning together, and then I could see like when one of you would like figure out something and then level up a little bit, and then the other one would kind of come up to meet it and like try to adjust, and it was so cool. I felt like a freaking Master Splinter, just like, yes.
Now you know what it's like to be like a parent, to feel like a parent.
That's and actually I'm gonna get my vasectomy reversed now. Just kidding. Because
just so you can teach Junior. Just so you can teach Polisa Junior.
Yeah. That's like well, I don't know. I always feel weird talking about like other content creators' lives, but like one of the few like content creators on the internet that I really, really am into and follow is this guy named Wooly. He was one of the super best friends back in the day, and he just had a kid, and he doesn't usually say his partner's, like his wife's name on stream, so she's always just like Punch Wife or Punch Mom, because he's like super into fighting games. So it's like, so she's Punch Mom, and then so they just call his daughter Punch Kid, and he's and his partner, like, or his streaming partner Pat, also has a kid who's like about 2, I think, and they're like, I can't wait till they're old enough to play fighting games. We're gonna like play Pokemon with our kids, basically like training our kids to fight each other. Like our kids are the Pokemon.
That's really funny.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a blast. It was, I don't know if I'm like necessarily good at teaching and explaining, and it was a lot to, and there were certain moments where I got overwhelmed and were super overstimulated. So maybe the Bluey was a good thing. Was a good thing for everyone involved.
It's a very comforting show, man. I stand by my buddy Jordan Coons, who says it heals your childhood trauma that you didn't know you had.
Yeah. Whoa.
There's a lot of episodes that kind of heal stuff that you're like, oh wow, that's a feeling I wasn't expecting.
Yeah. If I can just like sort of change topics a little bit, I had a really weird moment happen. I know we were talking off stream, we're both tired and a little low energy tonight, so bear with us here, but it may be a short one, but oh my god. But yeah, thanks again for coming to the fight or flight thing. It was awesome. That was a lot of time, It was driving.
A lot of fun, man.
You almost got trapped here because your car.
Oh my god!
You had car issues bookending your day.
We had car issues to start it, car issues to end it. I'll tell the story once you finish your thought. I don't want you to get off track there, but yeah,
as we always do. So I wish I could. I want to look up this creator real quick because I want to shout them out. But basically, there was this, Police and I were watching this YouTube creator, and he has a bunch of like mini documentaries, and they're like Totoro, there's a Spirited Away one, Midnight Kotatsu they're called.
Okay. So
it's this English guy, and he is in Japan, and he's talking. He goes like to the a lot of the locations that inspired like Studio Ghibli films. He did, like I said, a Totoro one, a Spirited Away. He has a Nier one, which is cool, that I'm looking forward to watching. And Police and I were watching that on Sunday, and I think it was Sunday. Doesn't matter the day. And he talks about like the stories of the movies as well, and they're talking about like kind of the childhood trauma that Miyazaki went through, and a lot of that he kind of put into My Neighbor Totoro, and just about how the Totoros in My Neighbor Totoro are like, he called them like laughing gods, which was kind of like, he wanted them to feel like a presence that was kind of like nature. Like they're not there to like do anything, they're just kind of there, and it's like an honor to see them. And so the creator was talking about like, so next time you like feel like a brush of wind or something, it's very poetic. The presentation of it is great, but maybe it's a spirit or a kami, as they call that in Japanese. And we had the windows open because it was really nice. And right after he said that, I just got like this intense like I smelled a very strong smell of like, it was very sweet. It was like candy and flowers, and I was like, "What is that smell?" And Polisa did not smell it. I was like, normally she does. And I was like, "You don't smell that? Like, it smells like flowers." And like, and we had just gotten done watching this like beautiful thing about My Neighbor Totoro and Ghibli movies and stuff, and it just hit me like all of a sudden. And she was like, "Maybe it's like, some kind of spirit." Like we were literally just talking about that, like, and I'm not like hyper spiritual, but like the fact, like, it felt like it was for me, and because she like did not smell it, and it was so weird, and I just started crying. Like it just came out of like I don't know what it was. You were talking about Bluey like healing something in you that you didn't even know you needed, and that was like one of those moments for me where I was like, it was just this like nice pleasant breeze, and it just smelled so good, and I was like, how do you not? And it kept coming back in waves, and I was like, how do you not smell this? She's like, I genuinely, I think this is just for you. And that was so sweet. And I don't know, I don't know why, but I wanted to share that. What you said about Bluey made me think of that. It was just really cool.
That's still really cool though. Like I can understand, like I'm semi-spiritual, just I guess still remnants of my Christianity, whatever's left of it.
Yeah.
But like I don't know really what I believe anymore, but I will say I do think that there is like, I don't know. There's been too many weird supernatural things that happen to too many different people, skeptics and otherwise, where I'm kind of like, there's got to be something supernatural in this world.
Yeah.
Whether it's God or whether it's something else. Sometimes I just think like, that there are supernatural elements that we just can't quantify or can't explain.
Yeah. I feel like it's selfish to think that we are like, that there's not stuff happening that we can't even perceive or can barely perceive,
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I mean, it also could be the fact that we are so selfish that like we can't help think like, well, there's got to be something after we die. Like there can't be nothing. We're too important to not exist after death.
Us hairy apes really need to go somewhere when we die, but not the other hairy apes.
In all honesty, the older I get, the more I kind of subscribe to the Final Fantasy VII mentality of a life stream. Like we go back, like God or whatever is just kind of the universe. Like our energy returns to somewhere. Because clearly, like there is something about life that even though we're a bunch of cells, we are cognizant enough that like. What is it? You ever see Pete Holmes' stand up about kind of God and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of just like interviews with him where he's deeply very philosophical, more than I thought.
He's very
for the guy
spiritual.
Who fired all the X-Men.
Yeah.
Those are so funny.
He also does Batman, like horny Batman.
Yeah. His Batman ones. He did a whole Street Fighter series where he's like an insurance agent, like not letting the Street Fighter characters like join the tournament.
Very funny, man.
Yeah,
but he did a whole really funny stand up bit where he's like, like Christians believe in God, which is something you can't taste, see, sense, or you can't touch, smell, taste, see, or hear, and science can't prove. Or you are an atheist and you believe that the universe was created by like from a big bang, like by nothing, which once again science can't touch, see, taste, sense, or prove, or whatever it is.
Right.
So like which nothing is your nothing? He goes and he goes, and if nothing truly somehow exploded and created everything, that's a pretty magical fucking nothing, don't you? Would you say godlike type of thing?
Yeah.
Isn't that a magical fucking nothing? And it's funny because the people who don't believe in God, I'm paraphrasing his stand-up, mind you, the people who don't believe in God say like, when you ask him, but what happens when you die? You go, oh, you return to nothing. He's like, oh, so you return to be with your creator? It's a really good bit, and he's not like saying like this is definitely like a thing, but his whole bit is like there's more to it. Like he's very spiritual. I find his stuff like interesting. Like it's thought provoking. And it's like I don't know. Like I think maybe we do kind of. I don't know if it's reincarnation or what. I don't know, but I think like I think that there is something like our energy has to go somewhere. I don't even mean just humans. I just mean animals, living things. Like everything, the energy has to go somewhere, and it should get recycled back into the earth so it can then create life anew,
Yeah.
or new life or something like that.
I mean,
but obviously, we do a shit job, being stewards of the earth.
Yeah.
But
matter cannot be created or destroyed, and if our consciousness is some type of matter, then yeah, it's got to go somewhere. I'm kind of with you on the pseudo life stream thing of it. I don't know if it's like the earth itself, but like the universe, like our consciousness is, I like to think that it's, when we die, like that goes somewhere and rejoins like the greater consciousness of the universe. I don't know, maybe that's also, maybe there's just nothing, because it's, maybe we're overcomplicating it because we're trying to find meaning in something that we don't know.
The reason why I also think I don't think that like the likelihood of our planet, like for us to exist, the like is just so, like the Earth has to be in the perfect position, in the perfect orbit, with the perfect set of circumstances to happen. Like scientists have searched, with telescopes, obviously not physically searched, but like hundreds of thousands of planets, and they have not found life on other planets for the most part. Like obviously, just statistically, there has to be something out there, but like, it's just it really goes to show that life can only truly exist in the most miraculous of circumstances.
Yeah,
because it's hard to find life on other planets. There's hundreds of thousands of other planets, but in order for something to have life, to be terraformed the way Earth was, through evolution and through Big Bang or whatever the fuck happened, it's something magical. Like just either so randomly lucky, it might as well be magic. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I stand on it anymore. It's a like I
God is probability. Did you ever see the clip of Keanu Reeves on some talk show, and he put it so beautifully, not in the same way. It's like maybe the opposite of what like Pete Holmes says, and not in like a negative way, but somebody, I forget what he was on. It's one of the Jimmys or Stephen Colbert or something, is like, what do you? And I think they're kind of poking fun at Keanu Reeves a little bit because he's not, he's the Bill and Ted guy. He's the Matrix guy.
Mm-hmm.
He comes off as kind of like, I don't know, not the guy you'd have this conversation with, but he goes like, what do you think happens when we die, Keanu Reeves? And he takes like a beat and he goes, I think when we die, the people who love us will miss us. And I like that. I liked its simplicity. Like maybe that's all it needs to be, is just like, after you die, you live on in the memories of those who loved you or care about you or knew about you.
Well, they some people say there's like you have like you usually die twice.
Yeah.
Once when you actually die, and the second when the last person alive remembers who knows of you also passes. And there are some people who truly live forever, obviously like historical figures and stuff like that. But
yeah, I love that quote. That's one of my favorites of all time. I don't know if he said it originally, but I
don't know who said it. I don't know if it was Pete. I don't think it was Pete Holmes. I don't know who said it.
The
Keanu Reeves thing.
Oh yeah, no, the when you die twice. I've heard that attributed to Banksy, and I don't know if he said it first, but
okay.
Yeah, it's something like, yeah, they say you die twice. The first is when your heart stops beating, and the second is when someone says your name for the last time. And that one is just like, oh my god, okay, I need to do something to be remembered. Do more to be remembered, I should say.
I mean, freaking what is it, Mega Ran's song,
Infinite Lives. Yeah,
got infinite lives, we got infinite lives.
Yeah, never say never, we're gonna live forever. That was the last time you and I hung out in person, was when we went to one of his concerts, like probably 2 years ago.
To Saturday.
Well, prior to Saturday, yeah. Well,
but yeah,
I can jump into one thing I've been experiencing since Saturday.
Well, hold on, I gotta give a hockey update.
Oh yes, of course. Our now, I guess, ongoing series of Hockey Tuesday.
Well, this one's going to be short because Josh is upset.
Uh-oh.
Jimmy might not be because Jimmy, I know, is a Pens fan. So the Flyers were up 3-0 in the series.
Right.
I think when we streamed last, they were like up 2-0 or 1. I think they were up 2-0, and then they were up 2-0. They won Wednesday night last week, which put them up 3-0. They have to win 4 games to move on to the next round, and they have lost the last 2. So now it's 3 wins for the Flyers, 2 wins for the Penguins, and man, it was so fun going into it with no expectations. We were like, yeah, the Penguins are probably going to win, and the Flyers are probably going to lose, and it'll be fine. But now that I actually care because they have a real chance of actually winning, I'm like freaking the fuck out.
Oh no, now
it's
the
not
pressure's
fun. It's so frustrating. Especially so like last night's game, I watched a little bit of it. I didn't get to watch all of it due to some other stuff that I can't really talk about, but
got sued again, huh?
What?
I don't know. Could you imagine if that's what it was? Yeah, I'm getting sued.
I watched a bit of it. They lost 3-2, and what sucks is the third goal was the flukiest goal I've ever seen. And I'm not even like it's no one's fault. It's like just pure bad luck. And I can't even blame I can't even say, oh, the Penguins just got lucky. They did, and the Flyers still had like over a full period to tie the game back up and get the game back, but they didn't fucking do it. So that was really frustrating. But it was 3-2, and the last goal, what happened was a Penguins player like shot the puck kind of at the net. It bounced off the backboards and hit the goalie in the back leg and bounced into the net.
Oh no! Get the fuck out of here.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
I got it.
No, they're gone.
Since I blocked it. But yeah, like just pure like bad luck, and like credit to the Penguins still because the Flyers still didn't score after that. Like one bad bounce shouldn't be enough to kill. Like the Flyers didn't get it done, and stuff like that happens. They also like took a bunch of dumb penalties and this and that. So it's just very frustrating because I'm like really hopeful, and now like I finally stopped disliking Sidney Crosby because he was always so good and so consistent for so long. I'm like, all right, he's like 38 years old. It's fine now. But now he's beating us again at 38 years. I'm like, God damn it. Leave us alone, Sidney. You've done it the damage.
Stop. He's already dead.
It's already dead. I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow night. That'll be game 6. But if they lose again, then it goes to one final game and the winner take all on that one.
Wow. So
but
pressure's really on.
It's so frustrating. Though apparently the last time the Flyers played the Penguins in the playoffs was 2012, and this exact situation happened. They went up 3-0. Penguins won the next 2 games, and then the Flyers beat them in game 6. Dang. So who knows if that's going to happen tomorrow night? I don't know.
Well, they came through on your birthday, so I'll just text him again.
Yeah, right. They did come through on my birthday. Now it's funny though because there was the thing that I can't talk about last night. There was like a bit of a person, like a family scare. Nothing I can talk about. Everyone's fine, thankfully. But it was like a really like kind of awkward and rough night. So there was that.
Did your daughter ask to play Dark Souls?
No, it was actually something really serious.
Oh damn! Okay, sorry, I don't mean to joke about it.
It's okay. You didn't know. Turns out it was a misunderstanding and everything was okay. But like I said, I can't go into it. Personal family stuff. That's not my story to tell. That's not my personal story that I'm able to share, type of thing. But the Saturday, we had that wonderful time with the fight or flight, but I had car issues as well.
Yep.
So the Saturday game that they lost, which would have been game 4, because they lost game 5 last night. Game 4. Before I left for your place, basically, so actually, let me preface this. Friday night, I was driving home. My daughter and I were going to see an art show that my wife had put on for her work.
Oh, cool.
it was like she teaches at a preschool, so it was all pre-K art. It was still really cool to see. So we went to that. It was at the center that she works at, and we're coming home, and I get a and my car has an alert saying, "Hey, you're overheating. Stop." I went, "What?
Whoa.
Excuse me." And my engine was very, very hot. So I pulled over the nearest parking lot, stopped off. Thankfully, it was like 10 minutes away from my parents. Called my dad. He was able to come over, bring some engine coolant. We put it in, drove the rest of the way home, no problem. Wake up Saturday morning, excited to drive over your way for fight or flight, and I go out to the car. I'm like, you know what? Before I drive, because it's it's a long drive. It's it's like an hour and a half or 2 hours or so. Before I do that, I should check so I'm not stranded with a car that's overheating. And all the engine coolant was gone, all of it. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, are you serious? So that was great.
Yeah.
And then when I left your house at 10:30 at night,
yeah,
I'm driving and I get a notification on our other car that I ended up driving saying, "Hey, oil's not getting to the engine." I went, "If fucking excuse me."
yeah.
So I looked up the nearest Walmart. It closed at 11 p.m. I got there 10 minutes before they closed.
Yeah.
I put more oil into the car. I put 2 full quarts in. And it barely reached the line. It was bone dry. Like on the dipstick. It barely I'm amazed the engine did not seize. If it was that like if it was starving for oil that much.
Yeah.
So it must have been empty, like near empty for quite some time. So that was fucking scary.
Yeah. Shit could have like exploded.
Well, and the crazy thing is I bought 1 quart and it didn't even make like I couldn't see it on the dipstick at all. I'm like, great. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And they closed. Walmart had closed. And thankfully there was this wonderful couple. I guess the wife works at Walmart and her husband came to pick her up. And they didn't speak English. They only spoke Spanish, and they offered oil to me, but it wasn't the right kind. So I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't use that. She knocked on the door, got them to open up, and I was able to buy another quart.
No way. That's awesome.
Very I don't know their names. We didn't speak the same language, but they were so nice and so kind, and I can't thank them enough.
Oh, what a wholesome little interaction. That family from Walmart, I know you're watching. Thank you.
Yeah, right. It was just very nice, very sweet people.
Oh.
And then I made it home, no problem. The car has been working fine. And then tonight we towed the car that was overheating, the original one I was going to drive. And it's hopefully dropped off at my mechanic right now, and it will be fixed shortly. But Jesus fucking Christ, what a crazy. And like, we just fixed that same car for a completely different issue that there's no way the mechanic could have known about this one. Yeah. So it's been a week.
Yeah, I think that's all of your bad karma for the whole year. Hopefully nothing else happens. Jeez, get it all out of the way now. Yeah, that was nuts. You were like, I was having car problems, and then you got here, everything was okay, then you were leaving. You left, and like a half hour later you texted me. He's like, so I'm actually still in the area. My car has no oil. I was like, are you okay? Do you need to come back here? Do you need me to like get an Uber to come get you? Or like, yeah. You talking about all this stuff is just a reminder of why I don't have a car. Like, it makes it annoying when I need to go far. But yeah, living in a walkable city is nice, and don't have to worry about all that stuff and the expenses that come with it. Holy crap.
And usually the cars haven't been an issue for a while, but man, it's been something.
Yeah.
We're surviving, we're managing, it's okay.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
So who knows? Hopefully tomorrow night the Flyers will close out the series. The car will be fixed, and
all will be right with the world.
All will be right with the world, and the Penguins can go back to hell. No,
AKA Pittsburgh.
No, I like Pittsburgh. It's just the Penguins. I don't give a shit about the city. I've heard is wonderful. I've never been, never eaten a Permanente Bros or whatever the fuck it is.
Man, if I had known... No, actually, no, they just closed. If I had known... I was going to say if I had known that when you were here, that's where I would have said we should have gone. Because they actually opened one here a couple years ago. And it was the furthest away from Pittsburgh, I think, that one opened.
Yeah.
It actually just closed this year, so I'm sad. But they are good.
I'll have to see if there's actually one close to me. I don't know.
I don't think they've made it past me in terms of moving east from Pittsburgh.
There's one that's... Ooh, I'd have to see it, how close it is to you. I'm not going to say it out loud.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's about half an hour west from here.
Yeah, there's actually two that I can see that might be within a similar driving distance for you. Okay. But either way, it is not close.
It's not close, yeah. But
no.
Yeah, they're good. I like Pittsburgh. It's a really cool town. The really cool architecture there, because the whole steel industrial stuff there. I love the architecture. Boston, I really like too. I don't know if Drew is poking around the chat, but Boston was a gorgeous city. I've only been there once, but it's like Philly if there were trees. Permani Bros does awesome pizza. Their pizza's pretty good, Jimmy. I do gotta say.
I just want pizza now.
I know.
I'm so like for dinner tonight. I made we have this like it's a dry rub, like it was like a seasoning I got at a store, but it's a weird name, cowboy butter, which sounds really gross.
You gotta get some cowboy butter for my dry rub.
It's really good though. It was really good, but it sounds like cowboy jizz.
Oh, God. Well,
just had to put it right on Front Street.
Gilmer hasn't been in a while.
I know, right? But put that on the chicken, and then I got Brussels sprouts and carrots, and I roasted them in the oven.
Hell yeah!
With the same like flavoring, and it was really good. It was a really good dinner tonight. Felt healthy, which was nice.
I love a good Brussels
sprout. Got some vegetables.
Yeah,
in my diet.
You kicked the scurvy.
I used to not like Brussels sprouts, and now I like them. It's very strange.
I used to not like many vegetables until I realized that I was just having them boiled and unseasoned, and it was terrible. But now I bake everything, get a little char on there, crack some pepper, some spices.
See, we never had that. We didn't boil them all that often, so I don't have that excuse. I just never liked it. Now I don't mind it so much. Now it's more just laziness. I don't feel like cooking.
Yeah, I'm debating picking up with HelloFresh again, just because it's only slightly more expensive than getting groceries now.
Well, dude, that's what I was saying. Do every plate. It's cheaper than HelloFresh.
Yeah, you were talking about that when you were here.
You will have to do more prep, like actually like mincing the garlic and cutting up the onions. Not everything is like pre-cut or pre-sliced for you.
Oh yeah, HelloFresh was like that too. They just send it to you just raw and uncut.
Well, I remember when they would send when we got HelloFresh or whatever it was, like the garlic would already be like pre-minced or something like that.
Oh, maybe for some of the stuff, but vegetables are usually not.
But usually what would always end up happening is because they would always give you a garlic bulb, right?
Yeah.
And you would have to peel it off, take the cloves out and everything.
Yeah.
And freaking we had so much goddamn garlic in our fridge because we would get a shipment every week, and you would never need all of it because you would only use like 1 or 2 cloves, maybe like 3 or 4 cloves over the week
Not in this
for the
house.
3 different meals. And that's like a quarter of the bulb.
Yeah.
So you're left with like 3/4 of a bulb. Like we ended up with like 10 different garlic bulbs in our fridge because we couldn't use it. Like just drowning in garlic.
Yeah, you know what you can do
isn't a bad way to go.
It's not. Yeah, there's definitely worse ways to go. I've been making my own pasta sauce lately with like just onion and garlic, and that's it, and butter. But like I'll just put I'll just shave like an entire like white onion, or you can do red. It just makes the sauce kind of gray. But if you do like a white onion, it looks like a white sauce, and just shave it real thin and do some like butter and olive oil and just roast like an entire onion and like a crap ton of garlic. I buy like at the market here, there's like you can get bags of like the pre-peeled garlic, throw the whole thing in, and then when it's done, you just dump the whole thing into a blender, blend it up. A little bit of maybe like cream if you have it, or like some of like pasta water if you're making pasta. And then
Making me hungry, man.
oh, dude, it's so good. Oh my
I
god,
just want pizza
salt,
right now.
pepper.
So, but I can't, and I refuse to pay for delivery, so I can't even like order shit.
Oh yeah, I was.
I hate delivery. I don't know what it is. It's just like it's not even a fear of like someone else handling my food. It's just always so fucking expensive to do it.
Yeah, and you're lucky if it's even still lukewarm by the time you get it.
Yeah, I'd rather just like order something and pick it up.
I
But
almost like bought dinner for you when you were here, which maybe I should have because you came all the way. But I really wanted you to try that pizza place that was like really expensive because it was good quality. We ended up going to like an every pizza place. I was like, no, I want to show you some good food around here.
$18 for a personal pan pizza is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I guess I'm used to it.
Like,
it is
sorry, it was like a 12-inch.
It's a 12-inch,
pizza, not an 8.
Yeah,
but that's still so expensive. Like, I can get like for $18 at like my local pizza shop, I can get a large pizza for the same price, and that's a lot. Like, that's an extra 4 inches. That's a huge difference.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm a quality over quantity guy. I'm so addicted to the taste and the quality of the ingredients of that place that I wanted to show you that I was like, oh, that's worth it.
Money is tight for me, so I don't want to. I can't justify that if the food's good. Like, it has to be like life changing, and I've never eaten somewhere that was life changing.
Yeah, that one's pretty close for me.
Next time I'm over, we'll go there.
Yeah,
I'll know, and I'll be a little bit more mentally prepared for an $18 fucking 12-inch pizza.
Yeah, or I can just call in this favor. I should have bought you that dinner. I don't know why I didn't.
No, it's fine. You're never mind. I'm not gonna. Never mind.
He's like, you're poor too.
That's what I was going with, but I'm like, that just was going to come off as rude.
Well, it's not wrong. I could say it. No.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I have no money. Yeah. Well, aside from
owes me a couple months of back pay.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go on.
She was pulling my lever.
It wasn't even good.
God.
I didn't cronk at all.
I didn't even say squickety squeak squeaker. I was going to say, aside from being disappointed in the Fly Boys, anything else you experienced over the not full week, like a few days since we saw each other? Which feels weird to say.
What happened Sunday? Sunday was kind of a very chill day at home. We didn't really do much. Yesterday, I worked from home. I worked from home the last 2 days because of the car issue. Though today it was really nice because I normally when I work from home, I have to watch my daughter, and because she went to my parents' house, and actually she's going to go to my parents' house every day this week. She's going to be dropped off there. I have the house to myself from like 7:30 a.m. till 3:30 p.m.
Nice.
It's great.
That's awesome.
Know what I did do while I was watching? Oh, actually, you know what? While I was working today, because now I can actually like put stuff on that I that I want in the background.
Right.
I watched the Jason Statham movie, The Beekeeper.
Oh yeah, how was that?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Okay.
It's nothing like groundbreaking, but it's just like it's classic Jason Statham, man.
Yeah.
It's the melodramatic one-liners, like everything's so serious.
Yeah.
And it honestly feels like his response. Did you see The Beekeeper at all?
No.
Did you see John Wick?
Yeah.
I
don't know why I
feels
said
like
both
Jason
of those twice.
Statham's version. What? Sorry.
I was like, I don't know why I said both of those twice. You're like, did you see Beekeeper? I was like, no. And you're like, did you see John Wick? I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Beekeeper is like Jason Statham's version of John Wick.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's not. Just to be clear, there is a lot more world building in John Wick than there was in The Beekeeper. Like, I know, especially in the later movies, the John Wick movies, there's a lot of world building.
Yeah.
But like, so you know how like John Wick, he goes to the Continental, and you get the idea of like this hotel for assassins that like there's like rules and regulations and this and that, and like there's a large portion of, not a large part, but there's like they dedicate exposition and time for the audience to understand a little bit of the world that
Yeah.
John Wick used to live in, type of thing.
Mhm.
In this, they kind of do that for a little bit,
Huh.
but then they just kind of drop it very quickly.
Okay.
So like you get an idea of this larger world of like assassins type of thing that they create for this beekeeper movie.
Mm. Instead of
Um,
the Continental, it's called the Hive.
you're not far off.
Ah.
He doesn't go to like any hotel or anything like that or any like location, but the thing is that he is an actual beekeeper in the
Okay.
movie.
That I was gonna say.
Um,
I thought the whole thing was gonna be him like just being a regular guy who's a beekeeper, and they're trying to kill my bees, and now I'm gonna fucking sting
they
them.
actually shoot the fuck out of his bees at one point. I
No,
felt
not the
really bad for
bees,
them.
not the bees.
The premise of it is it's honestly a little cathartic. So he there's this very kind old woman who she lets him stay in her barn, and he kind of does beekeeping and this and that, and he talks about like, you're the only person who's ever really like treated me with kindness, type
Yeah,
of thing. And then some scammers hack her computer, and she gets one of those pop-up messages like, hey, you need to call us if you want your computer on, there's a virus.
yeah.
So she calls, and they wipe out all of her accounts, including a charity she runs with like $2 million.
Aw,
Just wipes out all of it,
is it
and
charity for
she's
bees?
so distraught, she kills herself.
Holy shit!
Like, you don't see it. You walk in, he walks into the aftermath, and that's the inciting incident for him to fucking go crazy.
Yo,
um
what?
yeah.
Not
And
where I thought that was going.
you need to see. I'm not going to describe any. I don't want to spoil anything more, because I already feel like it's it's not surprising once you see like the scamming thing happen. It's like, okay, she's gonna get scammed out of money, he's gonna go after her. The only surprising thing is that she kills herself, and I'm like,
Yeah,
Jesus fucking Christ, like
yeah,
that escalated quickly. Like, you could have done something, but whatever.
yeah.
uh
Oof.
so he loses his shit and goes after people. I won't spoil like kind of like the world building of it, because that's kind of fun.
Mm.
um but it was surprisingly good. The way they depict the scamming call centers is fucking nuts.
Really?
It is like it is. You see, how can I put this? You see like almost like a runway, like a runway for models in the center of this room, and there's rows of computers on either, like two rows, like
Yeah.
of computers and like call lines and whatnot. And there's the dude running the call center has a microphone that he's speaking over the loudspeaker to everyone. There's like, all right, I want to see how much money has New York got us. All right, that much money. All right, how much? He's like a fucking MC hosting a party, and it's like the sleaze. Like, they cast it perfectly, because the dudes who you meet two guys who run these scam call centers. The very first one, basically, Jason Statham goes in and he pours gasoline all over it, and the next time he rigs it so the next time they get a call, it will explode. And they're like, well, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And it fucking explodes, of course.
Damn.
But the way they portray these like scam centers is one of the wildest things I've ever seen. It was
Damn.
fun, but it was just like, so like, you've seen videos of people, scamming the scammers, and they'll
Yeah,
like
yeah.
reverse call them. It's just a normal fucking office, and there's just a bunch of workers there. No, every
Yeah.
single, and usually get the idea that like in real life, a lot of times the workers there are kind of trapped there, almost like they're kind of forced into it at sometimes.
Mm.
Not in this movie. Everyone's 110% on board at stealing money from old people. There is no sympathetic villain at
Wow.
all.
Yeah, it sounds like they're operating out of the Death Star. I'm just thinking of like that platform with all the little.
Or they're operating
guys.
out of Boston, Massachusetts.
Really? God damn it, Drew. Oh, we're gonna wicked scam these guys, dude.
Oh,
Gonna get all the money.
It's worth watching. Like, I genuinely had a really good time with it, and I would watch it again. I liked the world building. I love Jason Statham as an actor, man. Like,
He's great.
reminds me a little bit of like Keanu Reeves, where like he's really good at one style of role. So every now and then he can branch out, just like every now and then Ken Reeves has been able to branch out.
Yeah.
But for the most part, he has like a role, and he's just so Vin Diesel, same thing.
Yeah,
so
totally.
good at playing that style of role.
Yeah.
Um,
How many B puns did he drop in the whole movie?
not that many actually.
Oh, I'm disappointed. I thought he was going to be like,
Not a lot. I mean, I'll honestly,
about?
because I was working at the same time, so like a lot of them might have gone over my head. But it was really fun, man. I really really liked it.
He goes, "You came into my hive and you killed my queen. You made my queen kill herself. Now I'm gonna
They
kill you."
actually, oh man, I don't want to spoil it for you. You'll be surprised at kind of how some of the stuff goes.
I might have to watch it then. That's great.
Josh Hutcherson is in it as
Oh,
well.
okay.
He was in the Hunger Games,
Yeah.
I think. He was in no. What's the Jumanji spinoff but in space?
What? Jumanji in space?
You never heard of this?
Yeah. It's old. I mean, like early 2000s maybe. Zothar.
Yeah. Oh.
Zathura. Thank you, Jimmy.
Zathura, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw that.
That was a fun movie.
Okay.
But Josh Hutcherson is in it and he's playing a douche. Like he's really good in it. Like he's like genuinely like really good in the role.
Yeah, he's good. Have you seen?
But yeah.
Oh, I didn't want
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to talk about another movie, but you can.
No, I'm good. I was just saying Beekeeper came out in 2024, worth watching, super fun.
I'll check it out. The last thing I saw him in, I think, was I think I watched the Megalodon, like the Meg, and it was just stupid, dumb fun. It was Jason Statham being Jason Statham.
Did you hear about his upcoming movie? I think we might have talked about it.
No, or maybe.
Man, there's going to be a Beekeeper 2, and it's already in post production. Fuck yes, next year, baby. There's a movie in pre-production right now that's starring Jason Statham, and it's called Jason Statham Stole My Bike.
What?
I'm not making this up. I need to see it bad.
Yeah, that's a day one.
Right? That's a day one movie.
Jason Statham
stole my bike. What a great fucking idea for a movie, man.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, it's so funny.
I was going to say, did you ever watch Crank with him?
Yes.
I love that movie. There are some certain things that remind you very quickly that this came out in 2006 and or 2005 or maybe even 4 or maybe even 3, but around there, early 2000s. Some of it has not aged very well, but I love the super creative stuff that they do with the editing in that movie. It's almost like Scott Pilgrim-esque, where it's like fourth wall breaky kind of. Like the scene where he's talking to I think it's a Japanese guy, he's talking to him on the elevator, and the Japanese guy talks and you see the subtitles, and then it shows it from the Japanese guy's perspectives, and the subtitles are still there floating in the air backwards. It's so weird. Or there's a moment where he's like threatening this guy, and he's like, all right, you know what? Ding, Tom's up. And when he says ding, like there's actually a ding sound effect, and then the guy's looking around like, what the hell? What ding? What you mean ding?
This is in Crank, right?
Yeah, in Crank.
I haven't seen that in so long. I'm doing still Muppeting right now for the Patreon. I've been tinkering. I think I talked about this already a bunch of times on here, but just to reiterate,
still cranking,
still Stathaming,
still cranking.
I want to do still Stathaming, man. That's
fun,
Jason Statham has a fun. I would have to curate his movie library because he's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I'd have to do his first one, which is like his first lead role, which is in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels from 1998.
Have you watched that before?
A while ago. I remember liking it, but it's been a minute.
Love that movie. There's a particular line that I quote all the time. Yeah, you got to do that one. I feel like you got to do Transporter, like the first one.
All three.
All three
Transporters. Hell yeah.
Wow. Okay. I've only ever seen the first one.
How can I put this? They're all fun. I would say I actually don't know which ones I like more. Third one is the most it has a love story in it, which is really weird.
Okay.
But still really fun. I don't know. It's very strange. Huh. I would also have to cover Death Race, only because for a long time back when I actually gave a shit about working out, if you ever watch that movie, Jason Statham's back in Death Race is fucking sick.
Damn.
I need a back like Statham.
Yeah.
Like, he's got muscles on top of muscles on top of shoulders on top of fucking.
A back
There's
like
probably
Statham.
his triceps are so big they're going into his shoulders. It's crazy.
Yeah, he has triceps, quadriceps, pentaceps, heptaceps, octiceps.
His muscles are the Octomom of muscles.
Yeah. And Octodad. This is totally different. Octodad's great. So then would you cover Hobbs and Shaw again? Or Fast and Furious again?
I would not. I've already covered all those.
Yeah.
I've already covered all those.
I like his character in the Fast movies.
I do too, but I'll be honest, like, the Fast movies, I have watched too much.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of tired of them now.
Sure.
Which I feel bad. It's frustrating because I think, how can I put this? They are fun, but they are so over the top. And in all honesty, like, I would say ever since the 5th and 6th one, maybe even the 7th, they're very devoid of life. Like, like, and they're still fun, but they feel so much more like this is an excuse for cool set pieces. And now the character drama doesn't feel nearly as impactful as it once was, which isn't saying much because it's Fast and Furious, and I understand like you're not really watching it for the story, but like, in all honesty, I cared about the characters. Like, the post-credit scene in 6, when you find out like how like more about Han's accident, I lost my fucking shit.
Yeah, and that's like, when Jason gets revealed.
And that's when Jason Statham comes in. He's great.
I like the stuff that they did with Dom's son, like him getting kidnapped and stuff in the later movies. I thought that was that's really
that was in the 8th one. The 8th one actually was not bad, but because that was the first one, Paul Walker had died, and also that was the start of The Rock and Vin Diesel hating each other. Hey, what's up, Keaton?
What's up, Keaton? Welcome.
It was tough. Actually, hold on. Wow, no, it's crazy. So the old woman that takes Jason Statham in The Beekeeper, sorry, this is super random, is Felicia Rashad from The Cosby Show.
Oh, wow. Okay. Who was she on that?
She was, I think, Mrs. Cosby.
Oh, wow.
Or Claire Huxtable, Cosby's wife in the show. That's crazy.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say
because I didn't realize it. Also in the movie, Jeremy Irons is in The Beekeeper.
Yo, Scar.
Yeah. And Minnie Driver as well.
Oh, okay. Freaking Lady Eboshi.
She's in it for a very small role, but she's in it.
Yeah. I don't even know what she looks like because what I know her most from is Lady Eboshi and Princess Mononoke.
She's also actually in GoldenEye. Did you know that?
Minnie Driver?
Yeah.
Who is she?
A very like small role. When Bond goes to Zukovsky's bar and there's that woman singing on the stage.
Oh yeah.
Stand by your
It's like a strangling a cat.
And he goes, Elena, take a hike, and she gives him like the "fuck you" hand sign.
Yeah.
That's Minnie Driver.
That's wild.
Yeah, wait, okay. Really funny like bit role.
I'm glad you said brought up Bond because I wanted to ask you something, and if you need to think about it, I understand. But I saw that you're going to be doing a live Bond podcast
on
this week,
Saturday. Right? It was going to be Thursday night, but Jimmy and I are going to be hanging out Thursday night at a D&D thing, which will be fun.
Nice.
But yes, that's actually I said off stream I was going to not announce, but like remind, advertise, whatever. I'm going to be doing a history of Bond and video games like presentation on Twitch Saturday night.
Nice. Is this going to be on your Twitch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sweet. I was going to say, everyone go follow. I mean, you should follow Josh anyway if you're not, but I was going to say, so I saw your graphic for that today, and I was like, I wonder, I saw the new Bond because you used the Bond from the new one. I was like, I wonder who the most, like, if there was a a Bond battle royale of all the Bonds that have existed. You can keep it to just movies if you want. Who do you think is the most proficient and deadly? Like, who would come out at the end of that fight if it was all the Bonds in a battle royale together?
It would be Daniel Craig versus Sean Connery.
Okay. I thought Daniel Craig first, but I didn't know if that was recency bias.
Daniel Craig and Timothy Dalton.
Oh, okay. He's got the highest
Sean Connery could
body count.
Sean Connery could take out one or the other, but if you're looking at because I don't know, like, you know, it's not like there's different. Roger Moore was the most clever, but he also was the least efficient.
Okay, so he's gonna be first to go.
George Lazenby probably would be the first to go.
Okay. Keaton's like, this is personal bias.
Now, Keaton, Roger Moore is my favorite Bond, but if we're talking about just pure lethality, he's below Pierce. And Pierce, I love Pierce Brosnan, but he would be like, it probably would be George Lazenby could really throw a punch though. Roger Moore I never bought any of his action sequences. Yeah. It always looked like an old man desperately trying to do something.
Which were his movies? I don't know if I've seen any of his.
He actually did the most of them officially. He did 7. He did Live and Let Die. He did The Man with the Golden Gun, which we did together, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so I did see that one. That's a great movie.
He did The Spy Who Loved Me.
Okay.
He did Moonraker.
Did see that one.
He did
great one.
For Your Eyes Only. He did Octopussy, which was the 6th one. And then A View to a Kill, which was his 7th.
Okay. May have seen that one, but I'm not sure. I haven't
View
seen
to a Kill is when he was his last one, and he was 55 years old.
Damn!
55 or 56. And apparently he would have even considered being back, but the Bond girl in it, he found out he was the same age as the Bond girl's mother, and he's like, I can't keep doing this.
Well, at least he recognized it and was like, nah.
Yeah,
Sean Connery would have been like, hell
actually,
yeah, she got me in there, and that sweet little girl pushy.
Oh, Andrew. That was too far.
Oh, I didn't mean to phrase it that way, but basically the age difference would be.
I mean, the Bond girl age difference. In fact, the first time, just to show you how backwards Hollywood in general, not just Bond movies, but Hollywood in general is with this type of shit. The first time there was a Bond girl that I think was older than Bond was Spectre in 2015.
Whoa.
I think. Actually, hold on. How old was Diana Rigg when she did her Bond movie? She was born in 1938. Bond movie came out in 1969, so she would have been 31 when that came out.
Okay.
And now, how old was George Lazenby? Because that was, he was also born in 1939. They were the same age. God damn. Okay. Good shit. Considering a lot of times they were always younger.
Yeah.
Almost always younger.
But you think
so
Daniel Craig would be the most deadly?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's the most capable physically by far. I would say Timothy Dalton after that, because he actually went for the more gritty stuff in his movies. Followed by Connery, though Connery and Dalton I could see maybe evening each other out because Connery had more experience. If you're going by just sheer number of movies, Connery was in 6, Dalton was in 2.
Bless
you. Technically, Connery did a 7th movie, but it was unofficial. That's called Never Say Never Again. It actually came out the same year as Octopussy.
Right.
And that's a whole other story. But yeah, I would say from the least, it'd be Lazenby would get out. Maybe Roger Moore. Lazenby was only in one movie. If I'm giving, I don't know. We'll go Lazenby at the bottom, Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan, Connery, Dalton, and then Craig in terms of lethality, like lowest to highest.
Okay. What if it was slappers only?
Roger Moore would win.
Yeah, you're selling.
That man knew how to slap, let me tell you.
I thought you were going to say it would be Sean Connery from all the women he's slapped around.
He doesn't do that. I'm speaking specifically for the movies.
I know.
Uh, Roger Moore, though, it is interesting. So he was generally kind of a very like lighthearted, campy, goofy Bond. But
Yeah.
there's a couple moments in his movies that are very dark.
Hmm.
There's a scene in actually the movie you watched, The Man with the Golden Gun, where he
Yeah.
slaps Maud Adams. Apparently Roger Moore did not like that. He did not feel it was out of character for his Bond
Yeah.
and kind of out of character for him. Um,
Hmm.
and just so much so that like Sean Connery had that awful line of sometimes it's okay to when you've given the woman her last word and that's still not enough, then it's okay to hit her type of shit, like awful heinous shit that he said.
Yeah.
He apparently did like retract it later in life, or he like softened on that and he realized kind of the error in his ways.
Hmm.
I'd have to double check that. I read that somewhere. I don't know if that's just someone being like, if that's just like revisionist history, or he actually said it. I'd have to find, if there's an actual quote, that's different, but I'd have to find it. Anyway, so Sean Connery had that awful domestic violence comment. It's okay talking about it being it's okay to hit women and bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Roger Moore was also involved with domestic violence, but on the receiving end, his wife beat him.
That's right. Yeah.
And so you had two Bonds doing complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
Damn.
I love Roger Moore, man. Though I'm with Keaton though. He is my first Bond was Pierce Brosnan, and he was my favorite for a while. But now Roger Moore is just so smarmy, but in a charming way.
Yeah.
It's just he's so fun to watch, man. I love Roger Moore.
I haven't watched a Bond movie in so long. I should.
They're fun background movies, right? Like you don't need to like pay attention to them all, especially older ones. You don't really need to pay attention to them.
I was gonna say this when you said you were like working while watching The Beekeeper, and that's so, I don't know if it's an ADHD thing or what, but like I have to lock in if I'm watching something. Like I cannot, if something's on in the background. I even struggle if I'm out to eat somewhere and there's a TV on like up in the corner or something playing sports or whatever. I'm like, I always just find myself like drifting up and I'm like, stop. Like I have to, like, it will always command my full attention. And I'm also always like super engaged and wanting to like absorb it to its full extent. I cannot watch stuff in the background. It drives me insane.
I think it depends on like what it is. So like, for example, if it's like a Bond movie or something I've seen a bunch, then I could ignore it pretty easily.
I should say,
if it's something that I'm invested in, if it's something that like with The Beekeeper, it was simplistic enough that it didn't really require much.
Yeah. Keaton, you too. Yeah, same. Sports bars, like for Manny Bros. It's a tough one for me.
But like, see, I can ignore sports if I don't care about the sport, like all day long. Though if it's hockey, that's going to be hard for me to do.
Yeah.
But
or bands, live music. God, I can't stand that. Unless I know that it's going to be live music and we go to enjoy a show together while having a drink, like that's fine. But yeah, like you're trying to talk to somebody and all of a sudden it's just, hey, what's going on, guys? Where did it? It's like, let's go outside. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all good. But yeah, like it really depends. The Bond movies, I could like, especially older ones, I could just put them on anytime. Like anything Pierce Brosnan or earlier, man. Like,
how dare you?
Pierce Brosnans are such good like background ones or just popcorn movies.
I love Pierce Brosnan. He's probably always going to be my favorite. Exception the Irish gaming pub where the last played the dulcimer quietly. That was beautiful.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good voice there.
Thank you. Spent some time in Ireland.
So it would have to be something like that. Man, Pierce Brosnan, I'm with you. I love his movies, but like, I don't know. Roger Moore just has like this vibe to him of this really, because it combines like old style filmmaking where there's a lot of awkward silences, like where he's just walking around, you just hear footsteps and shit like that. Like modern movies, there's music in almost like corner to corner everywhere. Of it. But in this, there's space for it to breathe. So you have a little bit of that older style, slower paced, which kind of sets like a very chill, laid back vibe. But then you also have some of like the goofy characters and villains and like just because that was the height of like Bond tropiness. So
Yeah.
you have all the campiness of the tropes, the campiness of Roger Moore's acting. Like there's a scene in I believe it's The Spy Who Loved Me, where that's the movie where he gets his underwater car.
Oh yeah.
And so he drives it up on the beach, rolls down the window, and just daintily drops a fish out. Like, ugh, excuse me, oh my gosh! Like, and then looks up at the people at the beach and rolls up his window and keeps driving. Like, just a really cheesy joke, but honestly,
Yeah.
like what is it? The guest that I'm hoping to be recording with for the episode 400, assuming all that goes well, Matt Gorley. He's like, it's not out. His version of that was it's not out of Roger Moore's character of Bond that he wouldn't just have that fish with him just for that occasion, just so he could like
For that joke.
have that joke just for that joke. And I like the idea more of that instead of a fish coming in and him putting it out, is that he's holding it there just for that joke.
Or like it's a squirrel or something instead, like a land animal. He comes up out of the water, he lets a bird go.
It'd be really funny, man. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it reminded me of something else that just I can't. There was a funny story a funny bit that I was talking to Courtney about over the weekend. Now I can't remember what it is. If I remember it again, this reminded me of it, but I can't remember what it is right now.
I was speaking of bird bits. That made me think of have you seen History of the World? No, I always forget. History of the World is the Mel Brooks one, right?
Both of them. History of the World Part 1 is Mel Brooks, and then Part 2 is also Mel Brooks, but it's a TV show that he worked on.
Oh, okay.
It came out like a year or two ago.
I always thought my whole life growing up until I saw the movie that History of the World was a Monty Python and not a Mel Brooks.
Okay.
I watched that like last year or something for the first time. I forget if we've talked about it on stream, but oh my God, when the girl's dad, who was like locked up in prison for years, like finally gets let out, he like has all his pet birds and he goes and he's like letting them out the window. He's like, go fly, be free. And they're all dead. So they're all just like softly like falling onto the pavement outside. Go fly. It's just, you just hear like a quiet little like as they hit the ground. That one got me. That was my favorite joke of the movie. That and when the chariot is like parked illegally and then like the centurion comes out and he goes, move that piece of shit. It's like just goes like to 11.
Man, Mel Brooks is great.
Yeah. I need to watch that again.
I need to watch. I don't know if the last time I tried watching History of the World, both the show and the when I watched shows just a couple of years ago, I never finished it. But the original movie, I watched it all the way through, but I was like, I think too young to fully get all the jokes, so I was kind of bored with it. I was just kind of confused with what it was doing. Now I understand it, but like when I first watched it like a while ago,
it's so
I also think there's lots of stuff in like when I watched a lot of those comedy movies, I was too immature to understand all the humor in it. Like if it wasn't just like dick and fart jokes, which they're not all going to be dick and fart jokes, it went over my head. Now I have a much more sophisticated palate. I never say dick and fart jokes.
Yeah, now
anymore,
it's penis
obviously.
and flatulence jokes.
Yeah, that's right. the more sophisticated version of it.
I have a refined palate.
I did remember what I was going to say earlier, just thinking of like, you know, Roger Moore, like the idea of like Roger Moore as Bond, like bringing that fish just like for the bit.
Yeah.
Just thinking of characters in a movie sticking to a bit that doesn't make any realistic sense for the world they're in the whatever movie show they're in. I was watching Bluey with my daughter. And as you know, Dad commits to the bit, right? Bandit in that show. There's a mini-sode. So mini-sodes came out after the main show there might be another Bluey season, but as of now, there's 3 seasons. So after season 3 was all done, they came out with about like 3 different sets of these mini-sodes. So instead of being, you know, 7 to 8 minutes long with credits, it's like 2 to 3 minutes, if that. Like very, very short, like little animations. And there's one where you haven't seen the episodes yet, but there's an episode of the main show that's called Unicourse, where he has Dad, Bluey's having a hard time sleeping, so Mom is like, "Can you help me like figure out a way to like put her to bed?" And Dad's like, "Yeah, I got an idea." He's like, and she's like, "Wait, no, is it a good idea?" And then the this episode of Bluey is called Unicorns, and Mom's trying to sit down with Bluey to read her a bedtime story, and then all of a sudden from behind the couch a puppet comes up and it's a unicorn, but they call it Unicorns, and Dad's voice is like, what's going on, Salad Dodgers? Like he's obnoxious, like over the top of not like she like so not obnoxious. So there's a point in that short where he's being obnoxious, and then he brings up a brown bear puppet who's acting as the lawyer for Unicorns for plot reasons.
Yeah.
So to lay, that's all the groundwork I need to lay for this. In the mini-sode, Dad is doing that thing where Bandit's doing that thing where like he'll stand on one side of a person and tap them on the other shoulder on the other side, and then pretending that he's like, I didn't do it. Like, you can't prove anything, but I know who can. And it's a little film noir where he's playing the puppet, like he is his hands in the brown bear puppet, and the puppet's being a detective. And he's going around asking people about like trying to solve the case of like who is tapping people on the other side of the shoulder when they're not steady there.
That's great.
And he's doing it the whole time. So he's committing to the bit of a guy, like he spent his afternoon in this character asking people something he already knew because he did it.
Right.
And
it's kind of, I was going to spoil something, but it's an old game, but I was going to spoil it.
Super funny bit. And what's even better is like when they, you know how in like every film noir type of thing, there's always the scene of like, you know, a dame came into my office and it's like,
I knew she was trouble as soon as I saw that red dress walk in.
Right. So Chili walks in and you see the brown bear puppet behind the desk, like just, you know, you see his arm going down. And if you pay attention, Dad's feet are sticking out at the bottom side of it. So he's laying on the floor and his feet are sticking out on the front of the desk and his arms straight up. He's just laying in the office waiting for someone to come in.
Just doing this by himself. That's awesome. Keaton says you don't make fart jokes, you make fluffy jokes.
That is a good Bluey reference. Thank you, Keaton.
Okay. I was wondering if that's what it was.
They call them fluffies.
That's cute.
If you get a chance to, Andrew, try out that mini-sode. It's like there's 3 sets of mini-sodes. I could give you the specific one, but it's really funny. I love the idea that he's committing to this bit. Because I was talking to Courtney about it. I'm like, this is like everything he's doing in the show is really funny, but really think about what's happening.
Yeah.
The fact that he is giving an afternoon of his time to this bit.
Yeah.
That no one's asking him to do.
Yeah, it's like for who? For him.
He is doing it for himself. Yeah. He created a fake crime, and the way he even has a way to catch himself red-handed.
Oh my god, it is like this video game that I don't want to spoil from the early 2000s on the PS3.
It's so fucking funny, man. It's so good.
Wow.
Great little mini episode. Really cute.
That's great. I'll have to check that out.
And he has lines where it's like, well, and he goes, at first I didn't know what to do and the case was going nowhere. But then it stopped going nowhere and it went somewhere. And like, lines like, it's really funny writing. Like one of the best.
That reminds me of Invader Zim when Gurr is trying to throw a surprise party for Zim, and he comes in with like this bag of all the party supplies, and he's just awkwardly trying to hide it. And he's like, Gurr, what are you doing? And he's like, nothing, or something. And he's like, you're too smart for me. We're making a surprise party for you. Well, yeah, that definitely reignited my love for Bluey. It's so good. It's so wholesome. The music is great. The characters are great.
I didn't know you had a love for Bluey. I thought you like tolerated it when I had you watch it before.
No, I really liked it. Maybe I don't know if I got to and I love this. place, but I really did like it. And there was a couple of moments when we were scrolling through to watch the ones that you wanted to see. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh my god, Shadowlands was so good. I loved Shadowlands because that's the kind of stuff that I would do as a kid, like, you know, playing games like with my cousin. Or the world of Final Fantasy 14 won't save itself. Hey, you Warrior of Light, you get out there and you save the freaking Eorzea or whatever the world is called. I know just enough. I know just enough to make bare minimum references. Thanks for hanging, Keaton. I appreciate you. Yeah. Well, speaking of the Fight or Flight, he's right though. That's what it's called. Yeah. I knew it was something like that. I can't believe I got it right.
Right on.
Hell yeah. Well, since the Fight or Flight, something that I have been experiencing more of, because playing these games reignited with a fiery passion my desire to play Lethal League Blaze.
That was such a great game, man.
Yeah,
that was my number one game from the stream.
Yeah, it was because we were like ranking them at the end. Polisa brought it up. She was like, I really want to play that like baseball dodgeball fighting game, and I was like, hell yeah, Lethal League, yeah, let's go. And we did a bunch of matches, and it was so hype and so cool. And I was watching some like high level play of it, like tournament play of it, and it is freaking nuts. Like stuff that you can't even like fathom having the amount of foresight while the ball is moving that fast across the screen to like place yourself perfectly, juggle it to yourself like 17 times, and set up a fake, and oh my god, it's sick. But yeah, I've been playing that again. Police and I've been playing that. And then funnily enough, so I had a really cool moment. I mentioned that market that I go to earlier. There's a guy at the meat stand who I was wearing my Platinum Games shirt one day, and he was like, oh, hey, nice Platinum shirt. And I was like, oh my god.
You mean the company that follows me on Instagram?
Yes, follower of Still Loading Podcast, a friend of the show, Platinum Games.
It's still so wild that they follow me.
I will never not be jealous. They're my favorite developer. I'm so mad.
And it's even funnier because I'm not a real giant fan of their games. Like I've played Okami, and that's it. Which that's not even Platinum Games. It's the people from the
yeah Clover. That's so funny. Yeah, that'd be like Naughty Dog following me. I'd be like, cool. I mean, I'd be really stoked because they're a very well known company. But in terms of like you being the biggest fan of their games,
I'm trying to see now since Platinum has. Oh, that's not true. I played Astral Chain and I really liked that.
Yes, that's the only one of their games, at least that I can think of, that I haven't played.
Okay, they did Dear Automata. Excuse me. My gosh, that was a big yawn.
Metal Gear Revengeance, Bayonetta.
Revengeance is really fun.
Yeah. Nanomachine, son. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, this guy at the meat stand, the Meat Man. Is that there's something where there's a character named the Meat Man. I can't remember what it is. Is it Critical Role? I don't know. Anyway, I just poked myself in the nose. Not important. So I was wearing my Platinum Games shirt, and the Meat Man was like, "Hey, nice Platinum shirt." And I was like, "Oh, sick. You know them?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What's your favorite game that they made?" And he said Vanquish, and I was like, "Oh my god, dude, pulled out Vanquish too!" Like also like one of their most obscure, but also like super sick as all hell. Which I need to beat. I need to go back and I played that when it first came out, like once for a couple hours, and I loved it. And then I never. This was like 2009. I never finished it. Anyway, so every time I go there, we were talking about games and stuff, and we talked about some anime, and so today I was like, what are you playing right now? Anything good? And he was like, yeah, I'm kind of into Crimson Desert, which I was like, oh, I've heard good things. I really liked what I saw, at least. Like I liked watching Black Desert. I tried playing it. That's their MMO, their previous one, because it's gorgeous as all hell, and it kind of like is the closest thing to like a character action game as an MMO, but it's still an MMO, so it was just, I don't know, numbers and stuff flashing, and it was super grindy, and I didn't like it. But I guess they came out with one called Crimson Desert, which is a action RPG.
That's new. Like it's been pretty popular. Crimson Desert.
Yeah, I was like, I know nothing about it, so I'll have to check it out. And yeah, this guy was saying that he was really into it. And when he said that, I was like, and based on other conversations I had with him, I was like, I bet this guy plays fighting games. I can't prove it, and I can't quite quantify it, but based off the taste of things that he said that he was into, I mean, the Platinum Games fans and fighting game Venn diagram is probably like a circle, but I was like, I bet this guy's into fighting games. And as soon as I thought that, he was like, and of course, I'm waiting for the next season of Street Fighter 6, and I was like, oh my god, I knew it. I was like, I knew you were into fighting games. And he's like, yeah, I really like SNK. I like a lot of the old, like, and I was like, dude, I just played like a bunch of fighting games with my girlfriend and a friend, and we were playing Waku Waku 7, and he seemed like he knew what it was, but he may have also been lying. I don't know. That was an obscure one, but I was like, this dude likes fighting games, so we might have to like link up on something and play some matches. So I may be soon playing fighting games with the Meat Man,
the Meat Man,
which I never thought would happen, but it's just so funny how these interactions happen. But yeah, I thought that was cool. I thought it was cool just when he recognized my shirt. Jimmy, I love finding those people in the wild. There's that dance of, I think you are in my world of geekery. Totally. Well, that happened with.
No. Go ahead.
I had that happen with a friend, like one of my closest friends now, because last year I saw him rollerblading around, and I stopped him and was like, "Yo, do you skate?" Like, it's hard to find anyone who like rollerblades because we all got bullied out of it as kids. And then turns out he was like he's super into like anime and gaming and stuff. I'm actually gonna do a fight or flight for him. We're not sure. Oh. We're not sure if he's comfortable with being on stream yet, so it might just be a thing that we just do offline. But he literally lives like around the corner from me. I just randomly like accosted him in the street one day and was like, "Hey!"
It's still so funny, man.
I know,
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? Just thinking that there is one time I have my still loading podcast shirts with like the Captain N stuff in it that my buddy Dexter illustrated. There's people who've like, hey, nice shirt, like they will, and I don't know if they actually recognize Captain N or if it's just they like the design, which I don't know. Like, this is no shade against Dexter, but like to me sometimes I've seen so many like graphic tees, like when I've seen one with a whole bunch of cartoon characters on, I'm just kind of like, okay, cartoon characters, like I don't think anything of it. But maybe it's just because I'm used to it, because conventions are all graphic tees and stuff like that.
Which makes me think that if someone's gonna call you out and say like, I like that shirt, it means, to me, that tells me that they get it.
Maybe there have been some people like, I remember that show. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. So, I've been wanting to like, not that I need more graphic tees because that's all I wear, but I want to get a bunch that are like logos from old cartoons, like Pirates of Darkwater or SWAT Cats or like Street Sharks, like just the stuff, the weird Denver the Last Dinosaur, the weird stuff like from my childhood. Just see like who gets it. Double Dragon, I would love a Double Dragon shirt.
I heard about a show that Rob Paulson did called Butt Ugly Martians.
Oh yeah. I've
never heard of them before, but oh wow, I just looked up one. It's a 3D show. I did not realize that.
And it's butt ugly, all right. It's hideous. I never liked that show. It was a bit past my time. It kind of
came out in 2001.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like Jimmy Neutron and Code Lyoko, like all those weird CGI ones that I just couldn't get into.
You cannot say weird CGI when you're into Reboot.
I was gonna say, I say this as the person who's my favorite TV show of all time is Beast Wars.
Yes, and Beast Wars. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Code Lyoko at least has like some anime stuff. Like there's some storylines to it.
Yeah. Well, Beast Wars is one of the best written shows I've ever seen. I showed Polisa that, and she was a little hesitant on the art style, but when she saw like the writing and the characters, like she was super. And Reboot. Like we're almost done Reboot because I never actually finished that when I was a kid. So we're watching through it now. There's like a 4K remaster coming out, and or there's one that's been out and there's an official one that's coming out, but we're almost done, and it's like, holy shit, it's amazing. Like you forget that it's like janky animation, and actually with Reboot it kind of fits because they're inside a computer. But even Beast Wars, like, if Parallax was here, he would agree with me. The writing, it won an Emmy.
Beast Wars did?
Beast Wars won an Emmy, yeah, for like best animated TV show or something. Wow. Yeah. So I'll have you put some respect on. No, I know it's janky ass animation. It's the second.
I mean, I'm not making fun of it because I remember trying to watch it and enjoying it as well, but it's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, I have one more thing that I experienced. If you don't have anything else, and then we can.
Let's finish it up.
So, Polisa showed me this. She's been obsessing. You probably heard her singing it when you were here. She's been obsessing over this musical. Obviously, she's a musical theater girly. That's what she went to school for. She's an incredible actor.
I did not know that, actually.
Oh, yeah. That was the first time you guys met, and like, I kind of wish that it wasn't for something that we had to spend all day doing and like only talking about that, because it would have been awesome to like catch up and for you guys to like get to know each other. But yeah, she's super into musicals. She showed me Shrek the Musical recently, which I have a review graphic about ready to go up for that.
Which I remember you said you liked it.
I was surprised at how good it was. I was so hesitant. But she's been obsessing over this one called Epic recently. And it's still like pretty, like, it's one of those things that's like, it's YouTube famous, but it's not like a big budget thing yet.
Okay.
Like the YouTube videos are like in the millions of views. Like it's very popular. And it's just a thing where like one guy had this passion project, and it's basically the story of the Odyssey. But as a musical. And so it's basically, and it's so evident that this dude's a nerd, because there's some things where I'm like, was that a Attack on Titan reference? Was this like, it's basically like there's some video game music, like things that sound like it would be in a video game. I'm like, this dude's a nerd. I know he is. I can feel it. Because it literally feels like I've been describing it to people as like Hades Town meets God of War. So it is truly epic. Like, it is the scale of things, even just like from the production that just this one guy did on his own. And he's a guy from Puerto Rico. I wish I could remember his name right now. Actually, I'll do the same thing I did earlier when I was looking this thing up. Let me find the creator's name to give him his flowers, because holy shit, it's amazing. There's a little I guess I would say you do have to kind of take into account that it is just like a one-man gig. I mean, he has like other singers. It's a concept album. He has other singers play parts of other characters, but you can tell that it's like kind of low budget. That's understandable. My only nitpick criticism of it is that there's a lot of the lyrics that are there's a lot of like great poetic, sweeping, epic, very well written lyrics, and then there's a lot where it's just like we're just kind of singing what we're doing. That can get kind of like I wish this was either like spoken word or just like, you know, taking a little more time in the oven, you know.
I could see how that wouldn't be your favorite. So that's what my daughter does. She loves to sing,
yeah,
and she will narrate what she's doing, like, "Oh, I'm playing with dinosaurs," and that kind of.
Well, she's also not writing a musical rendition of the Odyssey, so that's fine. She's also
not yet, not with that attitude.
That's true. The sequel. Okay, so the writer is Jorge Rivera Herranz, if I pronounced that right. He's from Puerto Rico. But yeah, it's even in its and I don't use the word amateur as an insult, but like in its amateurness, you know, it's a low budget thing, a fan project almost, or completely original, not really fan, but it's still really, really good. And there's a lot of love that went into it, and it feels like given a big studio budget or like a big theater budget, it could
Mm-hmm.
blow. Like I kind of, this is probably not a hot take, but I imagine that this is going to really blow up and everyone's going to be talking about this soon. Like it, it's insane. It's very, very good. We sat here. It's like 2.5 hours long. We sat here with my surround sound speakers that you experienced over the weekend and just like blasted it one night. Very good, very emotional, incredible payoffs. I also have not read the real Odyssey, so the twists and stuff I didn't see coming. So I was genuinely caught off guard by a lot of it. And the all the characters are great. All the way that the gods are portrayed is really cool. Maybe want to play God of War again. But yeah, highly recommend. I don't know if are you a big like musical guy?
Um, I'm I'm not really. I like what I listen to, but I don't go out of my way to listen to any. Um, like I know the musical's problematic now, but like Dear Evan Hansen, I really like the music from that.
Okay, yeah. Waving through a window.
It's dude, I love that song.
Yeah, I do too. It's overplayed for me, but I got it. I got into it.
Just like feeling like that feeling of social anxiety, that song nails it.
Yeah.
Like being so nervous to be around people, but also wanting to be a part of people and like be a part of a group, but not knowing how to fit in. I'm grateful I found my people, our mutual friend Justin and like like I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't had them. But I remember like I think is honestly another one of the reasons I left kind of like religion. It's not even just because of like the stuff not making sense. I never really felt like I belonged like at all. Like all the old people liked me because I was this nice, polite young man, and I didn't really like ruffle any feathers.
Yeah, or question anything.
And that's not like. Yeah, and I never like listen. I'm still that person. Like it's not that I don't question, but I'm still kind of like that goody. Like I always will be. I can't not. But like in youth group, like everyone my age, I never really felt like I was always kind of a little bit of an outcast there. Like they were never mean to me. There was no bullying per se, but like I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they talk shit behind my back. I'm not saying I don't think they did, but like at the same time, I also wouldn't be surprised because I was weird. I there was nobody in my youth group that was into the same things I was, that liked the same things I did. They were all they all felt like they were part of like the popular crowd, and I was just the odd man out.
Yeah, that's
so yeah.
Hashtag geek life. Growing up a nerd for sure. Because when we grew up nerds, like it wasn't cool. It was lame, and we got made fun of for it.
I didn't, man.
Really?
It still wasn't cool, but no one gave me shit about it. I brought my Final Fantasy VIII strategy guide to school for like a month, every day for like a month or so in like 8th or 9th grade. And no one gave me shit about it. No one bothered me.
Wow. Yeah, they would have taken that and ripped it up in front of me. I got made fun of just for reading books. Like, you're reading books on purpose? Not even for school? What are you, a fucking loser? I was like, leave me alone. I just want to read Ender's Game by myself.
No, I didn't. I really, like, I think I've told the story of my bully on here before, right? Like, the only bully I really had.
You only had one? Oh my God. You lucked out.
Dude, I was very lucky. Like, I was still awkward. Like, I didn't have a lot of friends until I met Justin and everyone else. But, like, there was a kid that bullied me. His name was Andy Dwyer. The only reason I can say his name because that's the same name as the character in Parks and Rec. So if you Google Andy Dwyer, you're going to just see.
Wait, yeah. I was like, why does that sound familiar? Was he my bully too?
Chris Pratt bullied me.
Hashtag Chris Pratt bullied me in high school. That might be my title for this video as a clickbait.
But he wasn't even really a bully per se. He's kind of like, he was a bully, but it wasn't like how can I put this? He was more of a nuisance bully, right? Like he was the bully that would never like beat you up or like take your shit or anything like that, but he'd always just kind of be making fun of you. And I was also already a sensitive kid. So like I still am sensitive to an extent, but like it was hard for me to like I didn't really take that well. Bullying, I had very had very thin skin. Wouldn't really act out from it, but I would just feel sad from it. And I remember going to my mom talking about it, and like there was one day where I came in, I'm like, I'm just gonna kill him, not seriously, but like I was just like, so like I don't even remember saying this. My mom says she remembers me saying this, and I remember her telling me, and I know this is true now, but like I wasn't quite sure what I believed back then, but like people only bully because they don't like themselves, which is partially true. Like it may because it makes them feel powerful when they don't have power somewhere in their home life or something like that, or power within themselves because they don't like themselves, that kind of thing. And this shit you only see in a fucking after school made for TV movie type of shit. He was making fun of me one day. Not once again, nothing like crazy. Not that I remember, at least. I don't. But he was making fun of me one day, and I flat out looked him in the eye. I said, "You don't like yourself very much, do you?" And he was just so taken aback by that. Like he just was not expecting it.
Whoa.
And he goes, "No, not really." And I went, "Well, man, you don't have to take it out on me. Let's talk about it." And we weren't best friends. We weren't best friends, but like we became friendly. And from there on, it was no longer this antagonistic relationship.
Whoa.
What that shit should never work.
Heaven? That's wild. That's awesome.
I understand that doesn't work in the real world, but it worked in my world. Yeah. It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because that's how I tried, like, when I would try to, like, talk to, because, I grew up on Power Rangers, and it's like, don't be a bully. And the Power Rangers never fought back when they were being bullied in high school or in their school. And I was always like, because I just want to punch him. And they're like, no, that's not right. That's not what you do. And I would be like trying to talk to my bullies, and they'd be like, they would make it worse. They'd be like, shut up, you F slur. And
well, I mean, like, were you grouped up, like ganged up on, or was it 1-on-1?
It was usually like 2-on-1. It was usually like
that's why.
Guys.
So Andy was by himself.
Maybe, yeah.
Because he was a loner already. So like there was another time, and it's funny. I wouldn't really call this bullying, but he's actually one of my good friends now. There was a kid that I'm really good friends with named Max. Max had some like learning disabilities and also some anger issues, like a lot of stuff that he's worked on a lot over the last 30 plus years. Max is one of my favorite people. He's such a nice person.
Wait, this isn't slow neurons, is it?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Same person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just didn't. I was trying to determine, like, hadn't that pin it back to his real like, because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like Andy's name is just so like it's tied to a famous show, so I don't feel too nervous about that.
Yeah.
But Max also has an interesting last name, so that would really.
Yeah.
But anyway,
okay. Well, now I feel bad because we always called him that because that's what our sensei called him, and now
she never called him that.
I thought she did. That's why we called him that.
I don't know. I don't know why we called him that. I don't know why. I don't think I even really called him that. I didn't like it.
Yeah, because she was like, he just wasn't getting something. I feel really bad because knowing he has a learning disability. But she was like, she was like, it's okay. You just have a slow neurons. And so we were like,
I don't remember that. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I don't remember that at all.
There's a couple people that I could ask. I don't know if they remember.
But in like 8th or 9th grade, I apparently was sitting in his seat at lunch, and even though I didn't know, it's not like it was, and he was getting all worked up, like really like yelling at me, and one of the popular kids came over and defended me.
Whoa, that happened to me.
Even funnier, his name's Chad.
What a Chad!
Quintessential like jock bully name.
Yeah,
and
it's always Brad, Chad. Kurt.
So it was like 9th grade, I remember, because we had the same math class, and that's where we kind of became friendly. And yeah, I still, there's some memories from that class where I actually like made jokes that I feel bad about now, but I was also 9th grade.
Well, that was the time.
Chad Walker, star QB. Yeah.
Wait, is that
actually? I think he was a quarterback too.
Of course he was. That's from
Dude,
something.
he had the frosted tips.
Oh my god, the classic.
Like it was like the most Chad you could Chad.
Giga Chad, you might say.
But he was really nice to me, man. Like,
Huh.
and he saw it happening and stood up for me, which I was really surprised by.
Wow. I had that happen one
I
time.
genuinely had like some really like good luck with stuff. Like I'm not saying like, my school was magic and not, I saw bullying. I saw kids get bullied and you just saw that shit.
Yeah.
But like for me, I even remember in 6th grade, back when, kids are still figuring out their swear words and shit like that. I was really down on myself, but I still didn't swear. So I remember calling myself a dingbat. Remember that insult? Dingbat.
You dingbat. When
you said that's a fucking like 6th grade insult, man.
When you said
Dingbat.
dipstick earlier, I was like, oh my god, we should bring that back. You dipstick.
And I remember saying that to myself because I was like, I was embarrassed about something, and a popular kid named Blaine was like, "Man, don't talk about yourself that way."
Aw.
6th grade, man.
Wow.
I still remember that. I still remember that to this day. Like I've said before, like we were talking at the beginning of Talk Tuesday about like spirituality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder, man, if I have like some type of guardian spirit on me, because like I really have not gone through nearly the same amount of shit as other people, as my peers have. Like my wife went through a lot more shit than I did. You went through a lot more shit than I did. Justin went through so much shit that I didn't. I got to kind of live almost like I would see other people's problems. I was a good listener, and I would listen to other people's problems and kind of live vicariously through their problems, not in like a way that I wished it, but I could see other people's problems and know how to avoid it in my own life, I guess. I don't know quite know.
Huh.
Especially with a lot of the drama in high school that would usually tie to it. Like I never had to deal with high school drama really.
I didn't too much either. By high school, I was so checked out. Jimmy says I used to bully bullies, closeted nerd rage. If you
man,
bully
that's the
bullies,
way you got to do it sometimes.
Does that cancel it out? And is Chad Walker like that's driving me nuts? Is Chad Walker 10 Things I Hate About You, or no? It's it's Hillary Duff. It's the Hillary Duff Cinderella movie, isn't it? Or did you just make that name up? Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Anyway.
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear you didn't have a hardcore time with bullies, because that was like, that shit killed me. I just made it up, but go with it. Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't know, man. There's so many moments where I feel like my high school life could have been so much worse. And it just wasn't. And who knows? I also am kind of especially back then, I was very oblivious to a lot of the social stuff going on around me, because I kind of lived in my own world, lived in my own little sphere, and I didn't really like, if it wasn't in my sphere, I didn't give a shit about it. Which I think was really healthy in high school, because it meant that like I didn't feel left out from like things popular kids were doing, or I just kind of like, I had my own thing, and that was fine. I met friends that were into video games just like me, and we would talk about games, and we would talk about different things, and yeah, it just like I met Justin, and I think I also think if I hadn't met Justin, I don't know how life would have turned. Like I've told him this before too. He's one of my I love him so much, even though we don't talk much anymore because he's awful at texting.
Yeah, God.
Awful at texting.
The past 4 times I've texted him, I've stopped texting him because he never responds. I love him too, though. I want to be closer with him. I used to hang out with him every weekend when we would do Ninja Warrior stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm still salty about that Killswitch Engage concert.
Oh my God, that's right. Hell yeah. Got to meet them twice. Got to meet Rise Against. That was rad.
But yeah, no, it was just I don't know what my life would have been like without Justin. I really think he probably I won't say that my high school career would have been bad without him, but I do think it would. I don't think it I don't think I would have become as comfortable of a person in my own skin if it was not for him.
Yeah. It's super easy to just totally isolate. And I did that too for a little while. And luckily it didn't turn me into like a psycho killer. But I just became like really independent, and I needed to because my mom was like, I don't know, just super like controlling in a weird way, like holding expectations for me that like I was never going to meet. And when I kind of receded into myself a little bit and stopped seeking outside validation, even though I wanted it, I got to a place where I didn't need it. And I think that was really healthy for me from a young age. Plus, it was probably also a trauma response of like, okay, my parents are going through a divorce and they're fighting all the time, and you know, we're dealing with addiction and freaking job insecurity and all this shit. I was like, okay, I'll just keep to myself. And yeah, luckily that didn't. I made some good friends too, like at a young age. High school was okay for me. It was the hard ones for me was like third through like sixth was tough. And yeah, definitely got through some good close friends. My closest friend when I was in third grade, we met, like, this is my equivalent of today of like accosting somebody in the street because they rollerblade. My best friend when I was in third grade, I was walking out of my house to walk to school, and he walked up to me and he goes, "Hi, I'm Jacob. Do you like Star Wars?" And I was like, "I do like Star Wars, Jacob." And we were immediately like best friends for like until I moved out of there. That was when I lived in Michigan.
That's so funny. That's actually, funnily enough, that's kind of how Justin and I met.
Really?
In a weird way.
Was it with hockey?
So we were playing. So I signed up for hockey before I met Justin.
Yeah.
I was playing hockey. Justin was a really shy kid. From the way he tells it is that he was a shy kid. He just came up to me and was like, "Hi, I'm Justin," and basically I don't remember the conversation, but it was probably something to the effect of like, "Do you like video games?" or something. It was something that direct.
I love that.
And we became best friends from there. And then we have, oh my God, I'm thinking like it's going on like 20 years now.
Yeah.
20 plus years that I've known Justin.
That's wild. Now he's in Japan more often than he's here.
Yeah, that's fucking motherfucker.
So
Which
jealous.
you know what? I can never be mad at him because I can't reach it. He got me a Famicom.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's too far away to reach. But anyway, we should probably wrap up.
Yeah, what a good place to end.
Yeah, shout out to best friends.
Shout outs to best friends that get you through some of the freaking worst times of my life. I remember going through a divorce, and some guy named Josh Koval was there for me to rant about some shit.
I mean, I wasn't there for you. Let's be real here. I was barely here.
Well, you were there at all, which was more than I can say about some of my other friends who were closer to me.
That sounded very harsh. That like you went through a divorce. I wasn't there. I'm trying to basically, what I was trying to say is more like I feel like I didn't do that much, but I'm glad I could be there for when I could.
Yeah, every one of my friends that still remained in my life after all of that was there in some small ways. And I remember some very specific conversations that you and I had, telling you about some of the stuff that, you know, went on. And I remember you, like most people, were like, "I had no idea this was happening." And I was like, yeah, I know, that was by design. That was... Oh, God. Okay, well, I don't want to be like, woe is me, but... Yeah, it was rough.
It was rough, but it led you to this wonderful relationship you have now.
Yeah. And I had to, like, take it upon myself to, like, okay, well, I'm gonna work on all of this shit and heal and trust someone again, that they're not going to abuse you. And I had to get to that place before I started this relationship. I
think everyone goes through, and I don't wish what you went through on anybody, just to be clear. I'm not saying like everyone goes through that. No, like I said, once again, I've talked about how I never got bullied. I never had to deal with anything in any of my relationships that you went through. But I do think that there is a moment that everyone goes through, like a really bad relationship, and really bad is on varying scales. My really bad, it was nowhere near as yours, just to be clear. But I do think that you learn something about yourself through those. I wish you didn't have to go through what you did to learn about yourself, what you needed to learn. There's always an easier way to learn those things, and I just wish you didn't have to go through what you did.
Yeah.
But like I like for myself, the girlfriend I had prior to my wife, like, and honestly, a lot my I think one of the reasons my wife and I were meant to be is like she put up with so much shit with me when we first started dating.
Mm.
Like so much of I worked through so much relationship anxiety that she should not have had to deal with.
Mm.
That should have been something I worked out on my own, but we were both like in our early 20s and like figuring all of our own shit out, and I don't think I could ever thank her enough for being patient with me for that.
Mm.
But like between my ex prior to her and then the beginning of it, like went through a lot of growth and it fucking hurt and it was not easy. And as much as I don't wish what happened to you, but I do think I hate saying being like always put a positive spin on it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
shouldn't have had to go through it, to be clear. But
Right. And
knowing that you did, taking a positive spin out of that, you learned more about yourself. Once again, not in the best way, but you learn more about yourself through that. And now with this relationship, you're able to apply all those lessons in maybe you would not have if you hadn't gone through something like this, you
yeah,
know?
I don't know if I would be like the healthy partner that I am for Polisa, who I just adore, and she's the most healthy communicator I've ever met. And I wouldn't be anywhere near that level if I hadn't like gone through what I did, and gotten my shit together through therapy and through like freaking parts work. Oh my god, EMDR, like reprocessing trauma. Like it's intense, and it was a lot of work. But I wouldn't. I if Polisa and I had started dating like right after, I don't know if it would have lasted, because she wouldn't have put up with some of the shit that like I had no boundaries whatsoever. I did not know how to like I just let everybody in the world walk all over me and destroy me, and I didn't have like a sense of self, and I had to build that up again. And what I'm saying is this is why I say go to therapy at the end of all my streams. Yeah, not to dive into like a personal rabbit hole there, but
No, I think that's a good way to wrap it up. Go to therapy.
hell yeah.
Like you got it. You nailed it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Josh, for being here. And thank you, Josh, for being here in the stream and here on this earth. Thank you for everyone who...
Oh, you.
Oh, shucks. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you for being on this earth.
Thanks.
Sorry, that sounded so mean to be like, thank you for being on this earth. Big yawn.
Or right whatever.
Also, let your homies know you're there to listen. Absolutely,
Absolutely.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I try so hard, and there's a lot more that I can do to be more emotionally available for my friends. It's really, not to like, oh, boohoo, like men have it so hard. But there's a lot that it's hard for us to feel safe connecting and being vulnerable with other men, because we're told like, well, just be stoic and strong and don't talk about nothing.
Even if you're not told it directly, you feel like a vibe.
Yes.
That's the best way I can describe it. You feel like that external pressure.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Keaton, for coming by, and everyone else who popped into chat, or whoever is watching now in the future, but present now on YouTube. Time, huh? Thank you, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Drink more water and go to therapy. And play Lethal League Blaze. I promise.
And check out my stream Saturday night. Yes. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over the Still Loading Podcast Twitch channel at Still Loading Pod over on Twitch. I will be doing what I've done for a couple panels, but I'll be doing the history of James Bond in video games. I have a whole presentation that I'm going to be doing, and I'm very excited for it.
I am stoked for this as well. I'm stoked for you to see.
My camera disappeared.
Every time that I tab out to see who's who's streaming, which looks like Drew is. So I'll raid you guys to Drew real quick. But I still can't believe. I was gonna say I still can't believe that Jimmy found me in real life at MagFest. It was like, this is gonna sound insane, but I'm like a fan of yours. I'm Jimmy Doom from your stream. I was like, oh my god. Shout outs to Jimmy Doom. And we're gonna raid real quick to Drew the Damager.
Drew the Damager.
I raided to his buddy Tilted Gaming last night, and Drew was in there, and I'm like, every time I stream to somebody that we both know, you're there in stream. You're such a supportive friend. All right, you are back. Oh, and you're gone, and you're back, and you're gone. I don't.
Oh no!
Why does this keep
just
happening?
flashing in and out of existence?
Yeah, stop flashing me. Anyway, Purple Heart to you as well, Jimmy, and I do mean that in the military sense, the highest honor.
We hope you got injured.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's what a Purple Heart's for.
I forgot.
It's for injury in combat.
Well, he's been on the front lines of this stream for a very long time, and he deserves it. All right, y'all. Say what up to Drew, and have a good night.
See ya.
Peace.